And from day one, we always base ATS on a place people would want to come and enjoy working at.
It's family. Our people, family here.
It's been a long, fun journey. It's been some ups and downs, but some obstacles we've had to go through, but we knocked them down. It's time for us to go, my two brothers and I, to enjoy our lives and let the younger generation take it on,
All right. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
I'm Jimmy Gianoukos. I'm the president and CEO.
Tony Gianoukos. I'm one of the owners, COO of the company.
Andrew Anthony Gianoukos. I'm the CFO. I oversee the financial end of ATS.
Well, ATS started back in March of 1986. We started out, two brothers and I started out delivering lost luggage out at the Charleston International Airport.
I always tell everybody, I can remember the first day, I had to get up at 5 in the morning. My grandmother, Yaya, I smelled breakfast being cooked. That's how she was. She was cooking me breakfast, ready to go on the first day of ATS, which was March the 3rd, 1986. So a lot of people don't realize that's the day we started. It's actually March the 1st, which is the Saturday before, when the airlines called and said, hey, I know you guys start Monday, but we have a lost bag, we need to get up to Hilton Head. Said, I can't say, no, I'm starting Monday. So actually, that Saturday is when we first started.
Well, Jimmy and I lived together, and we were talking about doing something in business together, so we decided to, there was a problem at the airport, which I worked at that time, and they were having problems with the lost luggage. And I told Jimmy, I said, man, I think if I can get the station manager together, this might be an opportunity to get in business. So we talked, and he said, okay. So I got the station managers together. I think there were 4 or 5 at the time, and 3 out of the really major 4 went with us. So it was about a 2-week battle with the existing company, and they had to make a decision. And we were awarded the contract. So it was one Econoline van that the first year we put 100,000 miles on it, because we would deliver, even though people fly in Charleston and the bags are late. People were, coming out of Hilton Head, Columbia, Myrtle Beach, so we had to deliver in all those, you could take a circle around them. That's the area we had to deliver. The engines were, you could replace them how many times you wanted to, and we put like 3 engines in it. It was a 4-cylinder, and I think after that they changed and said, no, we'll just do this up to so many miles, and then the engine we're not going to replace anymore. So that's kind of how we started it out.
Went on to take that into other deliveries. Back in the day, we delivered widescreen TVs when they used to be like pieces of furniture. Refrigerators for like Sears and pianos type stuff. We evolved into small deliveries, and about 2 years later, the biggest airline carrier, Eastern Airlines, went out of business, and they lost more bags than anybody, and it really put a dent in the business we were doing out there. We tried to remain at the airport doing it, but our requirements were to be there at 7 in the morning and not finished at 1 in the morning, 365 days a year. And that, with that payroll, it made it difficult for us to stay there with not enough work and not enough revenue. So we went ahead and removed ourselves from there.
Like I say, Andy knew somebody, and it was actually this site. It's not this building no more, but it was this site. This was a moving and storage company, and we were working in the back. And the moving and storage company went out of business.
Yeah, I was sitting there, and one of the brokers, big brokers, said, you guys obviously have a good reputation on what you're doing now. You ever thought about getting into warehousing? And we were in the existing building in the back and just a little office. So we thought about it. So we went to the guy who owned the building. We'll rent a little piece and a little piece, but in a year's time we'll rent the building. But in about 3 months' time, we needed the whole building. And then it came after a couple years, we decided that, maybe let's just buy the building.
At the time, we didn't have any equity or a whole lot of dollars to get started in warehousing. We figured we needed about $40,000 of capital to get started. We tried for, probably 3 or 4 months to try to get banks to work with us, and we couldn't get anybody to give us the money we needed. And so after much contemplation, our parents knew that we were struggling to try to get this money. They went ahead and second mortgaged their house to give us the $40,000 we needed to get started in the warehouse business. We talked this gentleman into, on this same property I'm sitting on now, to go ahead and let us lease a 50,000 square foot building.
And Mr. Hall, who was the owner at that time, who's passed away now, said, okay, guys, how do y'all want to finance it? I said, we're kind of hoping you would do that for us. Okay, well, you got to put some money down. How are you going to do that? I said, we kind of hope you finance that too. So he took a chance on us. He thought about it, and took a chance on us, and that's what gave us the opportunity to get into warehousing. And
that was back in, I couldn't tell you the exact dates, maybe the early 90s, mid 90s, early 90s.
We eventually at one time had 10 buildings, about 500,000 square feet. And then we narrowed it down to 3 buildings, and then in 2014, we just took this building over here, bought some other property, so we sit on 18 acres where you enter on Montague and exit out on Dorchester.
Bing, bing, boom, here we are, a long way, but I just remember starting with basically not a whole lot, working, really didn't have an office. We just worked out our mom and dad's and then Jimmy's apartment they had, so that's how we started.
I would like for it to go down as one of the best companies in the logistics market, but most importantly, be a place that the people, which we like to call our associates, are happy to come to work and feel good about being here, since this is a place that all of us, have to be most of our lives is working, and want it to be a fun, happy, successful place. And I feel like that's what it's been.
We want to be people make the difference, and I think that's what I'd like to see is the people keep up with the same commitment to service, and as much as we can, family. I think that's important too. I think that, that's what's allowed us to grow to where we are today. So.
We're like a big family.
Family atmosphere.
Family atmosphere.
Really the sense of family.
Family-oriented company.
Family environment.
Nowhere else would you ever get the feelings that you get here. We're more like a family than a workplace.
I've been with ATS for several years. It's an exciting place. It's never the same day twice.
This is a company that I actually look forward to waking up every morning, coming into work. That kind of goes to show what the brothers kind of created here.
There's no arguing, no nothing. We make it fun. So that's why I like it here. I get up every morning with no worries. Yes.
Being able to give your opinion to the owner of the company and actually have it received. From my end of things, they've kind of gotten out of the way for the last 7 or 8 years and just let me do what I do on the warehouse side, and just that confidence from their standpoint goes a long way too.
Since I've been here, I've actually had some complication with vascular veins in my legs and stuff. I've had a couple surgeries. I got to the point where I actually had an amputation. They've been supportive. I never had to worry about, my job. So, oh, well, God, I'm out for 3 months because I have to have a surgery and won't have a job. I kept the job. I went to the hospital. My CSRs, all of them came in to see me. As a matter of fact, I had some gifts in my room that, I didn't know what to do with them. But, it's just great to know that, you're going through some things and you got people backing you, not just your personal life and not just the people in your family, but, your work family, and that's a big plus to me.
To me personally, it's family for me.
Yeah.
That's my number one priority. I want a job that's understanding with that. And ATS has been really cool about stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you got doctor's appointments and just, stuff like that, being able to structure your schedule around to make it work. As of now, not having to work any weekends is really, really nice with, being a single parent. And being able to spend time with my kids on the weekend.
Yeah, we're here at the ATS Logistics Corporate Office in North Charleston at 4033 West Montague Avenue. The bulk of what we do started here at this same facility. Then in 2014, we took over this whole property and built this brand new tilt-up concrete, about 200,000 square foot warehouse. So this is now home for ATS Logistics.
2014, the building plans were pretty much made and ready to be designed, and Customs was looking for, their not annual, but every 5 years they bid their contract out. Fortunately for us, and unfortunately at that time, they chose us. So we had to reconstruct our building plans, and we opened up a 6,000 square foot office that we just passed by. We first started doing this documentary, and they are in our facility. We give them about 15,000 square feet of the warehouse space with 5 to 6 doors. And so we've held that contract since 2014, and they seem to have liked it. We do the trucking and the warehousing for them, and they provide the leadership as well as the ingenuity on how they look at the exams. Any box that needs to be opened up at the Port of Charleston that physically needs to be opened, it comes to ATS, and we have about 25 agents, customs agents here that.
Yeah, that's a photo of what ATS looked like when we took it over. This building right here is a 50,000 square foot building, and it was an old moving and storage company. And so we worked with the landlord at the time to do a couple additions to it, to give us some docks on the back side of it. There were trucking companies here on the land that were continuing to lease. And what we did is, after 1 year, I mentioned earlier in the interview that we ended up buying this warehouse and the 7 acres it sits on. And right at the back corner here, we had mentioned earlier that we have another 11 acres over here that has served as our container yard. It's where our trucks fuel. It's where our maintenance shop is. And so between the two, we got 18 contiguous acres here in Charleston, in the North Charleston area, very close to all the ports. Not many people can say that they're close to the port like we are.
Over here is Jason. He had, must have been around the time that we built the building, around 13 or 14, went out with a friend of his on a little small airplane and took this photo and decided to enlarge it and make it into 3 different pieces. And as you see, we're looking at downtown Charleston, we're looking at the Battery. You go around, you'll see the cranes up there, and the port's downtown. And people come in, it gives them an idea, what we do with Charleston and the port there also. So
yeah, this was a nice article a few years back. One of our facilities, not here, we had several facilities back in the day, and then we all came together as one at this facility, and we did a lot of drink products. And they want to do an article on us, band of brothers, and like I said, I think when we did our original individual interview, I said the uniqueness is we're family, brothers. We've been doing it together for a long time, so I know some people don't realize how brothers can get along, but we've done this for a long time, and they did a nice article, and here's some of the key people in the smaller, and mom and dad, who are no longer here, so that was a nice picture back in the day.
this is which I'm over the finance, the accounting department, and you can see it's pretty quiet, and even though these girls do a lot of work, we do our collections here, our billing here. The young lady behind you there, she does all of our insurances. She's our human resource officer, so Cody there takes care of all that. And if you turn right here, the young lady Teresa, who y'all have met, directs them as our controller for the company, and she obviously supervises those girls there. So that's Teresa.
Yeah, we have our full managers here.
Yeah.
Teresa and This is, well, Jason's down in his office right now, but he's our general manager here. He sits there, and then Chris, he controls a lot on the intermodal division with the hiring and drivers and all that. And then fortunately, Dave, who's been with us for 20 years, he just got married a couple of days ago, so he's on his honeymoon. So he won't be.
He's actually general manager of the warehouse.
He's a gentleman, yeah. He's general manager of the warehouse, and Jason does of the transportation. And then you keep on going, and this is all our safety department and intermodal. They put all the
orders in, yeah.
You put all our orders in, so this is data, and this, like I said, we have maintenance, shop, maintenance people, and safety here. So this is safety and maintenance.
And on this side of here is where all our trucking operations, y'all just keep rolling on, say hi. There's our trucking operations, dispatchers and so forth over here. This is, most people expect to come in here and hear a lot of chatter, like the old days, like in CBs and radios and so forth, but everything's computerized, and everybody that we bring in here is always amazed how quiet it is. But these people over here generate probably 500 truck moves a day, and so they're busy, and they keep it going for us.
And over here is our customer service reps for the warehouse. We have quite a few customers here in the warehouse, so they take care of them, inbound them, all the orders, get all the orders ready, any issue or anything, they talk to the customers, so they're the go-between.
Right here is, this is where any drivers come in to check in for anything they're either taking out or bringing into the warehouse. They come up here, they talk to the customer service representatives, and they go ahead and generate the paperwork, and they tell them what dock doors to go to and so forth to get their work done.
This is the warehouse manager's office, and as you can see, he has a good view of the whole area where we unload and load and double check everything. So if you look out there, you can see where, that's what he looks at. This is his main office here.
I'll show you what we do out this way. You come out here, these guys are making everything go every day. These people, run the warehouse, they work in the warehouse. That's our manager out here. It's a very good job done.
No, I'm a star. Can I get a contract?
Yeah.
No. But, I don't know, this is basically what you see here. Like, everything in this warehouse is electric, modern electric. All the forklifts, we got these big fans that keep the area, even in the wintertime, it keeps it warm. In the summertime, it keeps it cool. It stays pretty good weather in here. Electric doors, electric dock doors, everything you see in here is electric, LEDs, state-of-the-art, top of the line. This area right here that you see where the doors are at, this is called the quality control area, okay? Anything that comes in or out, when it comes in, it gets double checked. When it goes out, it gets double checked, make sure the order is right. What'll happen, gentlemen like Larry and them, they'll get their pick tickets and they'll go, each one of these racks are marked, so if they know whatever, they pick them, stage them, and it gets double checked and shipped out, and vice versa. When something comes in, we double check it, make sure everything's in good order. He puts them up and records the locations.
It's not a common skill when it comes to operating a lift truck. You got to know what you're doing because they're going up about 18 feet, almost 20 feet in the air.
What we do generally is we get outbound tickets, and what I do is I go to, the tickets got different locations in the warehouse, and it'll tell me exactly where to get a certain pallet from. These guys came to Piggly Wiggly, that young guy right there in the black, they came to Piggly Wiggly, and Tony and Andy introduced me to the mayor of North Charleston when we just had dirt in the parking lot. No doors, no racks, nothing was in here. So they gave me the chance to do it. So
a great job.
I love these guys. I love it.
These chassis, what you see is what the containers have to go on, and so they can transport them locally or over the road. ATS actually owns about close to 300 of these chassis.
We probably use about 5 to 550 a day, so we lease quite a few of them also to be able to move our cargo back and forth.
If you look at these chassis, it says 40-20. So we have it where if you want to go into 20, it's like that. But if you got a 40, that way you're not, hey, I got to go get a 40-foot chassis, I don't have a 20. Well, this one goes both ways. See, 20, you can slide it longer and it goes to a 40.
And also on the tires, they have automatic air pressure, and that's the biggest cost with chassis. It keeps the air pressure at the proper level, because normally when you're carrying heavy loads, so if that pressure goes down, and then that tire will blow. So this is we went ahead and got those. It would hopefully save us on our tire bills.
This is one of our yard tractors that we use to bump containers around in the yard. We're so busy that we have to go ahead, and we got 2 of these to move around above and beyond our trucks because we can't wait on them. This guy right here, Ben, has been doing this for us for a couple of years now.
As you can see too, this yard is always tight, pretty full. So we've been fortunate that, even we get them in and out of here quick, but it still stays full.
All right, this is, like I said, trucks come in here and they go out this way. This is the other Jimmy told you earlier about the electric gate. This is the gate they go out in. This is our maintenance facility. It's run by Penske. I know everybody's heard of them.
How you doing, Tony?
Hey.
Good to see you again, man. So yeah, I basically just oversee the maintenance department and make sure that these guys are taking care of our customers.
And they do a good job, so that's critical for us. Keep these trucks. They say you got to keep the wheels rolling to make money in trucking. They can't have downtime. So, thank you, Steve. Good seeing you, buddy.
We've entertained different people over the last 3 or 4 years about buying our business, but we're very picky on who we would allow to come in here, because our people are our most important asset. We've always placed our utmost value in that. So we had to be somebody special that we knew that would do business the same way basically that we do it now, and would take care of the people that we have here in the same fashion as family. Nova was a good fit, so we continued to talk and talked, and the negotiations started, and we've gone back and forth, and as of this week, it took 6 months, but as of this week, ATS is going to go ahead and be bought by this company. We'll continue to do business as ATS Logistics. It's a good fit. We feel good about these people, and they see things the way we do, and we look forward to moving forward with it.
I want to see the company be very, very successful for everybody here and down the road, so that's exciting.
I'll be honest, I see nothing but good things. Jimmy, Tony, and I have talked about this. I mean, not that we are any old or anything, but if 10, 15 years younger, I'd probably stay around, because I see nothing but growth. But it's a time to go. Growth and staying around and time and retirement. You lose something one way or the other. You're going to lose that time. That who knows how long we're all going to be on this earth. So we've been in it 36 years. It's time to go enjoy it. But I see nothing but good things for ATS.
You hope that you don't lose what's been created, and oftentimes that is the fear of the employees from a sale or a transition or a new ownership. And we'll see. And they're going to grow. We're going to go to other markets. We're going to not just be in Charleston anymore. They want to go to other places and duplicate what we've created here. And that's one of the big reasons they bought this. They want us to take what we have and move it to other places as it is today. And if they do that, we're going to be quite successful.
And being able to have the resources and the capital to reach all of these markets is going to be a fun experience. Going from outside of the top 10 to a family-run trucking company that was reliable to, a top 5 trucker to the #1 trucker. It's a name that's synonymous with Charleston. They know our trucks, they know our brand, they know our service. We've already done it. So now it's going to be more of what we can do for the community in other cities.
It's been a heck of a ride, so it's been a fun 26 and a half years. I feel like this was a huge team effort, to get us where we are today, and it's something that we all should be proud of.
I mean, I appreciate everything the brothers have done for ATS and for me personally. It's been an amazing place to work, and I can only hope that it's going to continue to stay that way. I think it will, and I know we're definitely going to miss the brothers. Everybody is. I'm glad they're still going to be around at least a little bit over the next year, and I'm sure they'll be back even after that. But we'll definitely miss them for sure. There's going to be a hole there for sure.
Bubbly, love to bubbly. Yeah, we'll get the first part off. Don't poke your eye out, kid. You got a little doohickey. I don't even have a doohickey.
Happy trails. I guess this is it, right?
ATS is here in full body.
Excellent. We have Nova and Chris is here.
Good. Good.
Oh, look, somebody else is wearing ATS red. Oh, hi, Chris.
Hey there.
Y'all ready to close? You release your signatures?
Wait a minute.
I turn it back out.
Did somebody... That bottle would hit me right in the head, wouldn't it?
No,
Yeah, through the computer.
Right through the computer.
I'd probably hit you first.
No, right through the computer, right in my head.
All right, well.
Let's release our signatures.
All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you all.
Woohoo.
All right.
Let's hit a popping sound.
All right.
Ready? Just please don't.
How much everybody wants. That's yours, Tom. A
That's
little bit? That's a lot of fuzz. You want?
Congratulations.
Sure, thank you all. Thank you.
Good partnership.
All right, guys.
Cheers. Salud.
Cheers. Salud.
Salud.
Jimmy. All right.
Hello. Salud.
I'd like to thank Allison and Chris, Brian, Trevor, and all, Stephen, and all the staff that maybe I didn't mention for finding the value in ATS logistics and the great people that we have here. We appreciate that. We appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you guys with expanded capacities of ATS Logistics with the management team behind us. I'm sure they'll take you to new great lengths, and we're going to be watching and enjoying that. And we'd also like to thank Mark, you and Trevor and your staff for working diligently and really amicably with us. It was a great process. We really appreciate what you guys did. So as far as the Nova team goes, I'd like to raise a glass and say cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you so much. And we're just beginning.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Go ahead,
Thank y'all.
Jimmy.
Thank y'all for all the hard work. Cheers and ATS 2023. Keep rolling.
That's it. Keep it
Woo!
going, baby. Keep it going.
Yeah, baby.
Good job. There you go.
Salud.
In the end, you know, we and my brothers and I would like to think that we built a Fortune 500 type company that's running a family atmosphere. We've been able to develop a great staff here. We have fun at work, but we work hard. And it all comes back down to, I think, the family values, God, and then family. With that winning combination, we don't feel like we can lose. And I'd like to thank all of the people that have come through the doors of ATS since 1986 and the ones that are still here. And may God bless the ATS family and all of their families. Thank you.